Hey everyone, Sparks back with another Goddess Victory Nikke video, and it feels like it's been a long time. It's been a solid week without any real Nikke content. Part of that is just because the anniversary has been kind of wrapping up in that last week. We haven't had any new content for me to really make videos about, and as most of you guys know, I have a capture card issue right now, which is why I'm not able to stream Nikke at the moment. And we've been doing a lot of Stellar Blade streams, so shout out to all the people watching Stellar Blade content. I'm still really hyped for the Stellar Blade Nikke collab and really been enjoying the game, so be sure to check out those videos if you haven't already. Stellar Blade has been an amazing game. Shift Up did an amazing job with their first console release. Anyway, let's talk about Trony. So we got her full kit release and the skill animation of her, whatever we're calling that. Are her proportions kind of strange? Is it just me? It looks like she has a giant head, or like the perspective is off in her shooting pose or something. I don't know. Lots of more things we can say about Trony, which I don't understand. But we'll go ahead and talk about her skills, because I think I do understand that. She is a burst 3 attacker fire type with a sniper rifle. And she has some pretty interesting skills here. So her skill 1 is called Trony Bomber, and activates when hitting the target with full charge, affects the target if there are no enemies in Trony Bomber status. So basically she can only have this on one enemy at a time, and you'll see why, because if she could do this on multiple enemies, it would get like completely insane. But anyway, it's not relevant because she can only do it to one enemy at a time. So cumulative damage skill for 5 seconds. So cumulative damage is going to be like how Dorothy's burst works, and some other units that we have seen with cumulative damage. But let's go ahead and see what this actually does. So function accumulates part of damage inflicted by the caster. So this is really important to note. This is only Trony's damage that is going to contribute to the cumulative damage, unlike Dorothy's, which I believe takes the whole team's damage into account. So upon reaching the maximum accumulated damage, so after 5 seconds, it'll deal damage to enemies before ending. Effect 1. Maximum accumulated damage is 1,536% of caster's final attack. So that's like the damage cap. It can't go above that. It could potentially be lower though. It just depends on how much damage you're able to deal with Trony within that 5 seconds. Effect 2 accumulates 50% of the damage dealt by self. So every time she hits them for damage, it's only going to accumulate 50% of that, contributing that to the potential 1,500% total. And then effect 3 deals distributed damage to all nearby enemies upon reaching the maximum accumulated damage. So once we hit that cap, or the end of the 5 seconds, then she's going to deal distributed damage. So this is again how Dorothy's burst works. It is also how 2B's burst works. We also have distributed damage from Black Shadow Scarlet. And of course we can get that buffed with E-Leg. So there's kind of an interesting, fun distributed damage team that you could do in theory. I think that would work, right? Because we have our burst 1 with Dorothy, and then burst 2 of E-Leg, and then burst 3 of Black Shadow, Trony, and 2B if you're playing in the near collab. So could be fun. Probably not really what you want to be doing, but there is a lot of synergy there. And if you're someone who doesn't have like Alice to go with Black Shadow, then hey, maybe that's a thing that you can do. You even have burst cooldown with that comp, so could be fun. Anyway, skills 2 says efficiency increase. Activates when attacking with full charge for 5 times and affects self. Distributed damage goes up by 51% for 10 seconds. Okay, so this is good. That can really increase that amount of distributed damage that she's going to do. So a 50% damage boost could be very significant, because remember, the damage is going to get reduced the more targets you have. So if you can increase that, you're going to deal a lot more damage to the whole field. And then activates when hitting the target with full charge 5 times, affects the target defense down by 9.5% for 10 seconds. That's basically garbage. Like, nobody cares about decreasing defense by just under 10% there. But the first part could be quite good as far as helping that first skill. And then her burst has a cooldown of 40 seconds. That is our standard for a burst 3. Effect self attack goes up by 101% for 10 seconds. So that is really, really good. That's going to really amp up that amount of damage that you're able to do. Giving herself an attack bonus of 100%. That's a huge attack bonus. Now, it is a selfish buff. It's only going to affect her. So, keep that in mind, but it's still a very, very good buff for herself. And then accumulated damage ratio of the cumulative damage skill goes up to 61 or 62% for 10 seconds. So the normal part on her skill 1, effect 2, accumulates 50% of damage. We're going to change that to 62%, so that is also really going to help you reach that damage cap. So Trony is an interesting character. To be honest, she seems stronger than I initially thought she would be. I thought we might have kind of a cooldown after our 1.5 anniversary, and I definitely don't think Trony is a must pull because we have so many strong burst 3 DPS options. I think if you're low on resources, you can absolutely pass her, but if you are a newer player and you need more burst 3 DPS, she does look like she could potentially do a lot of damage. And she doesn't have to go in that like all distributed damage comp that I mentioned either. I mean, honestly, she could fit into pretty much any comp because her skills kind of only work off herself. Similar to a lot of burst 3 attackers, she's just kind of like a selfish damage dealer, but that's okay. I would be surprised if she's like really top tier, rivaling some of her other top tier damage dealers like Black Shadow Scarlet or Summer Niece, people like that. But she does look pretty strong, and who knows, maybe she'll surprise us and actually turn out to be like an SS tier damage dealer. But I think she is worth a pull if you have the resources, and would probably work well with double D as well for our burst 1, because again, you're going to get your cooldown reduction from her, and you're going to get some sniper synergy. Could potentially sync up with Alice as well, although honestly you always want to put Alice with Black Shadow Scarlet. But there's a lot of synergies that you can potentially do here, and I think could benefit a new player's lineup quite a bit, and is potentially worthy for anybody depending on what you're fighting. But let me know what you think of Trony, if you've thought of any other fun combos with her. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about our feet girl here. I know some people are just excited about that. That is definitely not me, but to each their own. So I will catch you guys in the next video or stream, whether it's Nikke or Stellar Blade. Hope you guys have a great day.